Okay. And 2 parts for section 14. Suffering and pleasure are life's medicine for relief. So yeah, so 2021 in JP had Muramasa, followed by Saber Wars 2 rerun. I'm probably not gonna... I don't know about the rerun. I might not. I know that Christmas is dropping apparently on the 14th for us, J6, so I have until then to defeat this Lostbelt. So not a lot of time. Sunrise contact. Looks like nanomachines in name Lamaya. A lot of them. All servants on standby. Prepare to deploy for battle. What, seriously? Oh, alright. Achilles? Yeah. Paris has shown us what he can do, but you can't say the same. If you really are able to fight, then you shouldn't have any problem proving it to us. Master. What's up? Now that Jason said his piece, I want to know what you think. Well, you're roping him into this, too. Hell yeah, I am. I don't just go around serving anyone who barks orders at me. Hey, as long as your heel's okay, dude. That's what you're worried about, huh? I can't say it's not slowing me down, but it's not going to stop me from wiping the floor with a bunch of weaklings. Huh. Feels a little weird to be floating on water, but it's nothing I can't handle. Okay, kiddies, time to learn why I was renowned as the strongest hero of the Trojan War. Here I go. For the record, the strongest hero of the Trojan War was my brother Hector. Also, you know, Paris is definitely a brocon, I feel. I definitely get that feeling from Paris. Yeah, this will be a fine squad, I guess. Actually, you know what? No, we'll put Scotty in. Makes sense. There we go, and let's go. So, January 2021 had Muramasa, Saber Wars 2, which is a may or may not. I think he was, yes. And then the Little Big Tengu, which has Ushiwakamaru Altar. I'm not too thrilled about Ushiwakamaru Altar, so I might not roll for her. So that's January. So January 2021, which will be 2023 for us, will be, I'm losing my words here. I will be rolling for Muramasa. February had a Holy Grail front, which had Altera, it looks like, and maybe Caesar. Valentine's 2021... I feel like I was going to roll on this, wasn't I? Yeah, I do think I am going to be rolling for Karen. Just because it seems interesting. She seems interesting, rather. Yeah, we can NP now. All extra classes. Fair enough. Yeah, I think Zahak did that. I know I want all foreigners, at the very least, myself. So yeah, Karen in February. The download campaign in February will be Proto. Slapstick Museum in March. As well as the Akihabara Explosion. Caster, who's an Avenger. I'm pretty sure they're a Saber, though. Slapstick Museum has Amakusa and Voyager, if I don't get Voyager beforehand. Meanwhile, Akihabara Explosion has Galeta. So I'm not really sure on March of 2023 if I'm going to be rolling for anybody. And are you talking about Salome there, Deante? Because, yeah, it is curious that she has not appeared yet in story. And everybody else quite literally has. I honestly did not know that they had Avenger passives. I honestly did not know. April 2021 has Grail Live, which is Miss Crane. May has another Grail front, which is probably Merlin as well as Summer Rerun. And then it starts getting into Lostbelt stuff, so I can't go beyond that with my looking to see who is about. as far as banners. So, currently, as far as 2023 goes, I'm going to definitely be rolling for Muramasa and Karen, as well as Summer Kama. So, Muramasa, Karen, Summer Kama, and, yeah, those are the 3 for sure I'm rolling for. I was just trying to think if there was anybody else, but I couldn't think. And done. Well, Master, what'd you think? I might not be at my best, but my speed and strength are still nothing to sneeze at, right? Oh, for sure, Achilles. You are a beast. Oh, we know what his best is. His best is frickin' cheating. Sorry about that. I'm just still a little bit salty about his frickin' challenge quest, exhibition quest thing in frickin' Gelf Ishtar Fest. It's not fair in the slightest bit. Nope, at my true speed, you wouldn't even be able to see me at all. The fact that I was visible at all just proves how weak and I still am. Here, have a heal. Huh? I mean, I wasn't all that hurt and would have healed up a little on my own anyway. But thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, BB on an A, but you're gonna get Summer... Why is there static there? You're going to go for Summer static? I don't see who you're rolling for. I mean, you know. Are you okay, Master? I'm dizzy. Oh no, why am I dizzy? Seeing Mr. Kodogan immediately after a battle really takes a lot out of you. Oh, well, you alright there? Here, Senpai, lean on me. I'll take you back to your room. Thank you, Mashu. Hey, you got a minute? What's up, Ricardo? Well. Fo. I'm okay, thank you, Fo. Come in, Mash. Nope, it's Ricardo. I'll hate Summer 5 then, but Summer 5 has Abby! The single 5-star summer unit for that summer, which is really weird, you know. But if they want to only have one 5-star unit in Summer 5, that's fine by me. You know what? It's probably because they released Castoria just beforehand. That's why. They know what they're doing. Castoria and Summer Abbey are the main contenders for Summer 5. But also we get Summer Bryn as well, which is also pretty cool. Hey, you got a minute? What's up, Ricardo? I just felt like having a chat, servant to master. Besides, I never finished my story. Alright, we were having a story time, weren't we? No, see, the thing is, I did find it just like I wanted to, but before we get back to my stupid antics, and I apologize in advance if I'm way off base or out of line here, but do you think you might be a little over-eager? Probably. Wait, that's not clear at all, is it? What I mean is, are you sure you're not pushing yourself too hard or trying to act more positive than you feel? I ask because I couldn't help but notice when you healed Achilles earlier. You looked like you were pushing yourself way too hard, especially after you've already been tired from all fighting. I mean, I've worked up the courage to ask Da Vinci about it, and she said you usually don't heal servants after a battle like that at all. So it sounds like before you usually had a pretty good idea when to save your strength and when to go all out. Well, you know, if something changed, I'm sure there's a reason. It might not be my place to pry, but if it's okay with you, maybe we could talk about it. We might have something in common. Yeah, you know, urgency for the fact that we could literally be shut down at a moment's notice. Urgency, huh? And you know, the fact that Christmas is in 4 days. I have to be out of Atlantis and back to Chaldea before Christmas comes. Otherwise, I won't get to see Santa. So that's why you haven't been acting like yourself. Sorry if what I'm about to say is kind of rude. Like I told you before, I'm a supporting character in the Legend of Charlemagne. Sure, there's some stories that focus on my personal exploits, but in the end, I'm just an adversary there to be defeated. So really, I'm just strong enough to make the battle compelling. That's it. Hell, the only reason I'm a writer is because I stole a horse more famous than me. Brigliada, or was his name? If it wasn't for that story, I might have never been summoned at all. Basically, you see, You know what it's like to be weak, like I am. Well, yeah. Don't get me wrong, though. I don't actually think you're weak, and I know MASH doesn't either. But as a hero with a hell of an inferiority complex, well, let's just say like recognizes like. You know, he has a fair point. We very well could have an inferiority complex. I know I would certainly develop an inferiority complex after seeing what frickin' Wodameg can pull off. Just saying. Crap, I'm sorry. I guess I was really off base. I shouldn't have jumped to conclusions. All that's left now is... Alright, the rest of my story. He didn't read the room there at all. I want to say you're wrong, but... Always give every servant a chance to make you hate them. So far, none have. Well, the one has. My complete and utter disdain. One has my complete and utter disdain. Another one I just don't like, and that is God Juna. Because, you know, the way he treats humanity. God Juna, though, I'm just not going to roll for him. If he comes by, you know, he'll have a low priority, but I'll eventually get to him. But if she who shall not be named shows up, she's not getting leveled up ever, and I'm burying her in the second archive. I went on an adventure. I swore I was going to become a hero, the likes of which had never been seen before. One with tales of daring to do so dazzlingly to make the world gasp in awe. I traveled near and far, and at long last I found the secret sword I'd been looking for. That's the thing, though, J6. She might like that. You know? Plus, I don't want to have to smell the stench of burnt her. You know? The stench of burnt she who shall not be named will stick around for a long time. Just shoving her in a corner somewhere, though, you know, where I can forget about her, that is more my speed. It will also make Valentine's very, very tricky, since I'm going to have to be very careful with the female Valentines. But you essentially steal a Mandracard. You have no more rightful claim to it than a stray dog to a dead man's bones. It wasn't the incredible reward I'd find at the end of my adventure. All I did was snatching something like a love-crazed knight threw away, like a dog rooting through a dumpster. I'm gonna use some protective Hans to surround her as well. I'm gonna bury her underneath a layer of Hans as well, and then shove a bunch of low rarity embers that I will never use that are of the knight class variety on top of her. Yep, she will be buried. No, just MP1 Hans, probably. Roland had thrown Durandal away, and I'd taken it for myself. I did run into some trouble when I found it, but that didn't matter. They said it was no different than if I'd stolen it. Once I defeated Zerbino and won the sword from him, I went around bragging about being the hero who had it all. And I was so hopped up on excitement of getting a legendary sword for myself, I didn't think twice about it. As for what happened next, well, I think I'll just give you the short version. I lost to Bradamante's lover, Ruggiero. I was wearing Hector's armor, wielding Durandal, and I still couldn't beat him. Sure, Ruggiero was one hell of a hero, but he did have a demonic sword. But there's no doubt my weapon was better. I think that's probably why I didn't bring that sword with me when I was summoned as a servant. Because in exchange for that sword, I gave up something I shouldn't have, something important. Aww. Gotcha. Well, then it was worth embarrassing myself. So, you know, let's only work as hard as we have to. Wait, did I really just say that? That can't be what he needs to hear right now. Then again, I can't think of any better way to get my feeling across than that. Damn it, why am I so bad at putting my thoughts into words? Thank you, man, Ricardo. Sure thing. I'm glad to hear it. If you'd been all how's this modeling guy trying to cheer me up, supposed to help, I'd have jumped straight into my spirit form and never looked back. I'm not a mean person. Good point. You wouldn't, would you? Oh crap, I probably shouldn't be this frank with you, seeing how you're my master and all. It's fine, dude, it's fine. You're a bro. Mandracar bro. It's Mandracar bro. But it's you, so I know improper stuff. Yeah, it's fine, Mandracar bro. Well, okay, if you insist, but it still doesn't seem right to me. I mean, being this frank with each other is usually something reserved for friends and such. We are friends, Mandracar, bro. Friends? But I'm like this mopey awkward downer. And a third-rate servant and a bad guy, at least as far as Charlemagne's side is concerned. You're already set to 120 Rhines after pulling NP5 from the Thanksgiving banner. Yeah, I need to remember that when Melt shows up on Raid Up again, I need to be rolling for more of her if I want to get her to MP or to level 120. Yes, he definitely... I feel like he's going to have some role in a Gouda Gouda event. He just definitely seems like he could be a Gouda Gouda event. Like, some sort of supporting role in one. If you go around claiming your friend, people are going to start throwing rocks at you and stuff. Friends stick together and up for each other. Ah, that's right. I forgot this master's more endearing quality is the way he gets along with pretty much everyone. So of course he'd go along with being friends if I suggested it. Mandracar, bro. Yes, I mean, okay, I hear you. Then I guess from now on, you and I are officially friends. Although in that case, it'd probably be weird if I called you Master Hall. Just call me Soul. Well, I think I'll still have to go with Master in battle and such, or it'll seriously throw me off, but okay, in general, I'll call you, Soul. From now on. You're grailing him to level 80. I don't know, he's definitely endearing me from a story standpoint as well. I think when the Lostbelt's done and I finally rearrange the ranking level up list, Mandracar Bro is going to go higher up in the list for a second. As is Paris. Paris has such hilarious battle animations, you know, that I kind of want to see more of them. Paris has endeared me with his battle animations alone. And of course, Charlotte is still competing to join the waifu list, so she's got some time. Just don't blame me if you regret this later. I won't blame you. Alright, if you're sure. Okay, so make sure you stay warm and get plenty of sleep, okay? Great, now I sound more like a parent than a friend. Night-night, buddy. That hit me way harder than I thought. I mean, I don't have the document updated with Orion or Mandracar Bro right now. But I can make the spot for him at least. He is actually in the 4th position right now. A story section. Let me update this with Mandracar Bro. There we go. Oh, Charlotte's already up there as well. I didn't realize Charlotte was at a +1. So, story section here. And ever since that day, I've never just stopped loving Hidden Eyes for as long as I lived. Bartholomew, I will burn you if you keep hitting on MASH. Have to hopefully roll Europa and Saber Astolfo. Saber Astolfo is coming out soon, isn't he? I'm not necessarily going to roll for him. I'm more going to roll for any CEs that potentially might be on there. I mean, Fran is okay, you know. It's okay. Fran deserves somebody, though I don't think Moriarty would approve of the like of Bartholomew, so it should be fine. That was quite the tale of adventure, wasn't it, Master? Yeah, I would not be crying from him. He has a sad backstory, sure, why not? Indeed. I think had it been written down, it might have been one of literature's greatest tales of tragic love. Though, you know, this is quite the adventure we're on right now, too. I certainly never experienced anything like this back when I was alive. You know, that makes me wonder. How would he feel about the Grudge? Or rather, would he try to woo the Grudge girl? Because she's got the hair over the eyes things going for her. I need to summon her to Chaldea and see how he reacts. For science. If she so happens to drag him into a well, then, you know, what happens, happens. This may be inappropriate for me to say, but I'm having a great deal of fun. You know, there's nothing inappropriate to say you're having fun. I see, that's a relief. Usually we only get a single life to live. That's a one-time only adventure in its own right. You know, if it's not too improper for me to ask, what is it you guys really want to do here? Oh, and I don't mean the obvious thing like defeating this Lostbelt, helping Master, and saving the world. I mean other more personal kinds of things, if you've any. I figured sharing them could add to the fun. I'm not sure. I mean, I definitely do want to be useful to Master. But you're talking about things apart from that, right? Exactly. The more selfish, the better in this case. Do you dislike Bartholomew too, J6? For example, in my case, I'm hoping to meet the beautifully hidden eyes of the love of my life. Gotcha. If nothing else, you definitely know what you like, don't you? Now you do, yes. So you talked yourself into disliking him. Interesting. Let's see, what do I want? This is tougher than I thought. My wish is to make a new friend. I can just be myself if kind of already came true, so... That doesn't mean you're now friends with Orion and Achilles. Nah, nothing like that. Those guys are just colleagues. Anyway, I remember now. All I want is the same thing I always wanted, to be a great knight. Well, that's a surprise. You may have been portrayed as a villain in The Legend of Charlemagne, but I was under the impression you were already a fully fledged knight who had been on a grand adventure. Well, I guess I did accomplish enough that I could be all humble and say, oh, it wasn't like that big a deal. No, that's not good enough. I'm gonna stick with one of becoming a great knight. I see. Well, it's because how your head and eyes depth is rank E. I don't think you'll need any words of encouragement. He has a ranking system. Hidden eyes depth rank. Bartholomew, you're... Somebody get me the grudge tape so I can show it to him and we can settle this one way or another. Yeah. Wait, what's hidden eyes depth? How about you, Miss Corday? No, we need to get him off of this thing. So if we send the grudge girl his way, you know, I'm sure that will erase his need for hidden eyes. You know? And if you could do anything in the world, what would it be? I don't think I should be free to do whatever I want. Oh. She's the girl from the Ring movies, I believe. At least that's the common thing. Let me actually see if I can't find. Nope, it's just The Grudge. I think. It's a horror movie. Made in 2004. In Japan, possibly? Maybe? No, I don't think so. Or maybe it was The Ring. I don't remember. It's one of those two. And that's a unique perspective. And why do you think that? Isn't it obvious? The whole reason I ended up as a servant is because I thought freely. It looks like Mash already knows what I'm talking about. I don't have any accomplishments to speak of. I never achieved anything great like Drake. I never had stories told about me like Drakeson. I think so. I never had any adventures like Mad Ricardo's, and I was never a figure of myth like Orion. I'm just a dumb assassin who committed a single murder that didn't amount to anything useful. I thought about what I could do on my own, came up with a plan on my own, and tried to help save my country on my own, only for it to all end up being completely meaningless. I'm a dumb, empty-headed assassin, that's all I'll ever be. That's why I don't have any right to decide for myself, not when there's no point in even me being alive. I don't agree with that. Why not? I heard some strange things being said while I was swinging on the ocean cart, so I'm gonna cut in. If that was all it took to negate the point of living, there'd be none to Bartholomew or me being alive either. I'm purely a conceptual being, nothing more than a phantom spirit made up of a mix of heroic and demonic parts. And as for Bartholomew, his accomplishments were all, well, terrible. Can't argue with that. His accomplishments were terrible. It's true I made no contributions to human history whatsoever. I can't even claim to be the most notable pirate. That was all that idiot Blackbeard's doing. And the other pirate servants all have much more interesting stories to tell than I do. Take Say and Bonnie Mary Reed. They're nothing if not memorable, right? Voila, just like that, there's no point in my existence either. Don't be silly, those things couldn't be even more different. No, Miss Corday, when you get right down to it, they're exactly the same. He's right. Ultimately, there's no point to most people's lives. Yeah, it was pure coincidence that we became a master. Indeed. But coincidence or not, I'm very grateful that you did. How about you, Jason? What do you stand on this discussion? You mean, what do I think there's any meaning to life? What kind of boring question is that? It's just a matter of which point in your life you decide to look at. Is it only worth moving ahead with life if there's something greater meaning to your existence? And conversely, if there isn't any meaning to your existence, does that mean you should just die? Because if that were the case, all of humanity besides me would have gone extinct long ago. There's a lot of different ways they say. There's some people saying that it was a job off. Like, lots of different canons. I know I've heard that it's a job offer that we applied for unintentionally. Others have said that we don't. I know that there's also some, like, weight behind the fact that we donated blood or something at a specific blood drive. They found out that our blood, and they tested it and found out we were race shift compatible, and they kidnapped us. I've heard a couple different theories. I'm pretty sure the blood drive one was also from Nasu as well. Did he really just say what I think he said? He's confident, if nothing else. You can all bow down to me now. Yes, sir. Are you nuts? Why would you actually listen to him? Well, I don't really know what he's talking about, but it sounded really wise. Damn, you're even more gullible than I thought. I am Apollo here. I think what you meant to say is pure and innocent. Okay, Apollo, man. Do you even know how to make yourself useful? Somebody else did what I wasn't able to, huh? Yes, you may be right. But in that case, what's the point of not even being here? Life has meaning, but yeah, what's wrong with just having some fun? Huh? You may be right, Master. There are sacrifices to be made, of course, and that's something to be said about. There is also the sense of duty we feel that drives us to help bring this war to a close. But all told, don't you think it's safe to say we're all having fun? In a way, yes. He's also very clearly a Shotokan as well. Apollo. Well, maybe. Great. Now that it's settled, let's talk love. What do you say? Any interest in hearing about my extraordinary romantic exploits? Are we talking about the kinds of stories you serve solely for those more, mature audiences? Well, you're knock it off already. The encrypted comms line is not your personal phone party. I'll especially thank you not to use it for such inappropriately salacious topics. There will no be tales of extraordinary romantic exploits on my watch. In case you've forgotten, let me remind you that we are still very much in the middle of an operation. Gordoff bringing the hammer down. Hey, it actually showed us. I'm well and truly convinced. Every new servant this year knows it. Nice. But that means your birthday is also our anniversary of the day humanity was extinctified. This is fun. I've never seen an ocean like this, or islands like this, or a civilization like this. Anything like this, really. Yes, I'm still scared. So scared it feels like my heart is going to burst, but that's just as true for all of them, too. I bet these people find heart-pounding adventures and terrifying monsters to be fun, too. Indeed. I'm so jealous I wish I could be like that myself. I really, really do. Can I ask you something? Do you remember when we first met? When you saved my life? That's right. I remember I was so overcome with emotion that I cried. I had never once been of any use to anyone, no one was alive, nor after my death. So when I did something useful for you, that was the first time I ever did something useful for the world. That got me wondering whether I even deserved to be part of something so wonderful.
And that's why I started crying.
It's through this life of servitude that your life will have meaning. You okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm sorry. I was just spacing out a bit.
Wonder who summoned her originally.
Thank you, Master.
Or who she spoke to before.
I really love you.
Oh no.
What? I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant, that you're a great master and someone I can really respect. Oh, I see. In that case, I completely agree. I'm very proud to have Soul as my master.
Well, if you're gonna have lovers' quarrel, take it to the Argo. I don't allow that sort of thing here on the Royal Fortune.
Huh? Why is that?
Because unsightly squabbles like that always end up reducing hidden eye purity levels. I don't allow lovers' quarrels on the Argo either. Wanna know why? Because in Greece, doing anything romantic in nature is tantamount to asking for death. Trust me.
I can tell you speak from painful experience.
Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. It won't be long till we reach our destination now. She did indeed. She almost broke Charlotte in half. Because Charlotte has not yet proven to be worthy of joining the waifu rankings. I would put Charlotte in the C tier right now. She is currently C tier. She's got some personality. She's got some looks. But, you know, we haven't seen enough. Also, I sadly cannot say the same, J6. I have fallen in love a few times in my life. And they all did not turn out well. I only had the confession to confess. I only had the defense to confess once to defense. The confidence is what I meant. Yeah. But Roger.
Let's go and get ready to disembark, Master.
Miss Corday.
Please don't call me Miss.
My apologies, Lady Corday. I just wanted to say that was quite the front you put up there.
You're very perceptive, aren't you, Bartholomew?
Do I a pat? What do you mean, a pat? Well, I expect to have a big leg up on most when it comes to things of this sort. That said, you weren't exactly hard to read.
Do you think I'll regret it if I don't say anything?
Regrets and partings are an intrinsic part of life, Lady Corday, especially now that we're servants.
Life really does ever go the way you want it to, doesn't it? Not even when you get a second chance at it.
I see, then take it my suspicions were on the mark.
I'll say they were right on the money, damn it.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. It's been years. Years upon years upon years. The main issue now is, you know, a lot of dating websites and stuff. The girls on there are so high maintenance. Like, it's so high maintenance sometimes. Anyways. We've unlocked the next section, so I'll pause for just a moment.